Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are on page 195, page 195, and our objective today says, today I will use the doubles strategy and the doubles plus one strategy to make easier and known sums. So we're moving on to something new today. We're going to be using something called the doubles strategy and the doubles plus one strategy. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. And it says doubles fact, an equation where both addends are the same. So here we have 2 and 2. Now doubles are things that you kind of need to learn your doubles. So another doubles fact, we can write some doubles facts out here. We have 1 plus 1. My addends are both the same, would be 2. They already did 2 plus 2 for us. We could write 4. Another addend would be 3 plus 3. Another doubles. 3 plus 3 is 6. We're going to write a whole bunch of them out here. 4 plus 4 would be 8. 5 plus 5 would be 10. 6 plus 6 would be 12. 7 plus 7 would be 14. We're getting pretty high into these doubles right now. It's getting harder. We could even do 8 plus 8. Okay? We're getting into much larger ones here. 8 plus 8 would be 16. We can do 9 plus 9. That's an even larger one. 9 plus 9 is 18. And then our last one we're going to write down is 10 plus 10 is 20. Okay, those are called our doubles. Okay, these are called our doubles. So we're going to be using double facts, but then we're going to use something called double plus one. So it says add consecutive numbers by finding the sum of the double and adding one. Okay, what does consecutive numbers mean, friends? Consecutive means next to each other. So let's do an arrow down here. So in our example, right here, the consecutive numbers they have are 2 and 3. Because if I count, I go 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 are next to each other. Another consecutive number could be 4, 5. Because 4 and 5, when you count, are next to each other. Another consecutive number could be 8 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're next to each other. That's what they mean by consecutive numbers. Okay, so there's some examples. Okay, friends, I'm going to get started. Now, if you weren't able to copy all this down with me, you might want to copy it because you could use this to help you in the next few lessons. Okay, here is my first problem. My first problem gives me a table, which I drew, because theirs was a little bit too small for me. And they give me a double, and then they give me consecutive numbers. Okay, so what do I know? Well, I do know 3 and 4 consecutive, because if I count, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. They're right next to each other. Okay, so I know that I could say this 4 is the same as 3 and 1. So I could add this as saying 3 plus 3, because 4 is 1 more than 3, plus 1. That's what I have here. Because these are consecutive, I know that 4 is 3, just 1 more. So kind of what I did is I kind of decomposed this 4 into 3 plus 1. It's kind of what I did in a way. Then I have, so I could add my doubles here and say 6 and then one more, because this is the same as 3, but it's one more than 3. So 3 plus 4 is 6 plus 7. I'm sorry, 6 plus 1, which is 7. Okay, if that's seeming a little tricky, don't worry. We're going to do quite a few of these together. So I know a double of 3 plus 3 is 6. So I know 3 plus 4 must be 1 more than 6, because 4 is 1 more than 3. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, let's look at another one of those. Okay, this time I have 6 plus 7. This is my consecutive numbers, which means they're next to each other in counting order. Okay, well, what do I know? I know that 7 is the same, it's just 1 more than 6. So I could say 6 plus 6 plus 1. So I could look at this as a double of 6 plus 6, and then 7 is 1 more than 6. So I have to add the extra 1. Well, what is my doubles? What does 6 plus 6 equal? 6 plus 6, and if I don't know it, I could use this to help me. My doubles of 6 plus 6 are 12 plus 1, which means 12 plus 1 is 13. So 6 plus 6 is 12, which means 6 plus 7 must be 1 more than 12, which is 13. Okay, let's try some of these together, because I know that once we get used to them, they'll seem easy, but at first they're really, really tricky. Okay, we're on page 196. 196. And here is our first one. Okay, so our equation is 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6. Well, what do we know? We know 5 and 6 are consecutive numbers, because if I count, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're consecutive numbers, right in order. Okay, so what do we know about 6? We know 6 is just 1 more than 5. That's it. It's 1 more than 5. So I could say 5 plus 5 plus 1. So I could use my doubles of 5 plus 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. But I have 1 more, because 6 is 1 more than having a double. And what's 10 plus 1? Well, 10 plus 1 more is 11. So if I knew that 5 plus 5 was 10, this would be a double. If I know that 5 plus 5 is 10, then I should know that 5 plus 6 is going to be just 1 more, which would be 11, because 6 is just 1 more than 5. Okay? So knowing your doubles helps you know your doubles plus 1 more. Okay, let's look at my next one. Okay, so this time we have 4 plus 4 and 4 plus 5. Okay, so our main one is 4 plus 5. Well, those are consecutive numbers, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are in order. Well, 5 is just 4 but 1 more. It's just 1 more than 4. Which means I could use my double strategy for 4 plus 4, which is 8, and then add 1 more to it, which would give us 9. So if I know my doubles, if I know 4 plus 4 is 8, then I should know that 4 plus 5, because this is a double but 1 more than a double, would be 1 more than that, which is 9. Okay, so friends, when you do these, you probably want to use your example to really look back at and help you. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.